Welcome to the Living in Utah live question and answer session Thursday evening. It's just an open forum. You're welcome to ask whatever kinds of questions you would like. If you want to talk about real estate market, state of Utah, the United States, you name it, I'm game. Real estate investing, anything else I might know, sports. Tonight, I wanted to talk about a topic that has been on the minds of many people. Interest rates. They climbed over the last couple of years. Up. They did not really come down. Not the federal fund rate. Sometimes the mortgage rates, have been up and down a little bit. It's based a little different. But the federal funds rate, which affects credit cards, car purchases, motorhome purchases, you name it. Well, the Federal Reserve met yesterday. They were pleased with the inflation numbers, which I mentioned the other week was about 2.5%. They're targeting 2% inflation. That's their goal. They want to keep it at that number. They do not want to see it go up. They've made that quite clear. Well, they are cutting interest by half a point, 0.5. A little bit more than I anticipated. I thought they would take slow cuts, 0.25. Nope, they went straight to 0.5. Great news. If you're buying a car, you're buying a house, credit cards, you name it. It does help. So not only that, but it's going the opposite direction. We're starting to go down instead of up. Will we ever come back to the 3% loans we had during COVID? I don't personally think we will, but I do think we're going to see a little bit of relief here. But not only that, there was something very important in the report that the Federal Reserve talked about on the future. Okay, they anticipate they have their plan that they are seeing throughout the rest of this year, next year, into 2026. Possibly another rate cut by the end of the year. Only 3 more months to go, October, November, and December. So, and they are anticipating 1 full percentage point cut by the end of 2025. So whether they do 250.5 cuts throughout the year or 4.25 cuts, but they anticipate 1 full percentage point cut by the end of 2025. So we just had a half. They anticipate another cut by the end of the year, say it's 0.25, 0.5, and then another 1 percentage point cut by the end of 2025. And a half a point cut by 2026. That is their plan, what they have on the table at the current moment. Now that can change. A lot of it is being based off inflation. So, where do we go with inflation? Are we going to stay the same? Are we going to skyrocket? Will it change with whoever gets elected as president? So, anyways, so basically it's good news. It's not just news for now, but it's news for the future that we could see interest rate cuts continue. That is their plan from the Federal Reserve chairman who heads the decision-making on all this. I don't just determine the interest rates. But I think it's great news. It's great news for anybody who plans on purchasing a car, a home, et cetera, et cetera. Brings another conversation that sometimes I have conversation with some people about, when was the best time to buy a house? A lot of people are like, I wish I would have bought a home during COVID. And I say, nah. I personally think the best time to buy a home was before COVID. And people say, but the interest rates were higher. But the prices were lower because interest rates went down during COVID. Home prices skyrocketed. So the people who bought before COVID, I think, are the ones who really gained. They purchased a home at a lower price relatively in the state of Utah. I can only speak for the state of Utah. Then during COVID, they had the ability to refinance to get those low interest rates of 2%, 3%, as opposed to most people who bought during COVID. I mean, they paid top dollar. Sometimes they had to pay $25,000, $50,000, $75,000, $100,000 above asking price. I saw a $2 million home go for $200,000 or $300,000 above asking price. So, yes, you got a lower interest rate, but I think the people benefit the most. And I just had somebody who was on the phone with me yesterday with the rate cuts. They purchased about 8 months ago, and they are looking at already doing a refinance now. And they're quite pleased because they feel they got the home at a little bit of a lower price than what the homes possibly will be selling for now and in the future. With the rate cuts, more people come to the market, more people want to buy homes, cars, etc. More competition. Typically, prices will increase. So, historically, that's what has happened, and we'll see in the future. Okay, I know there's a lot of people saying that home prices are going to have this big recession, this big crash. Haven't seen it happen. We'll see how the future goes. Can't predict the future, but I can tell you now, we have a rate cut, and they anticipate more rate cuts. That's what they are saying, the Federal Reserve. So I have to go with what they're saying. Any questions this evening? Hot air balloon Palazzo, September 20th to 22nd, Cottonwood High School, Murray. Oh, wow. Wow, I didn't know they did that. Is that the first time they've done that? I know up in Eden, Utah, just above Ogden, up in the mountains, every year they have a balloon festival, a very large balloon festival. I've been once or twice. Huge event. Opens at 5 p.m. Vendor market night, glow at dusk. Yes. Oh, okay. Go do it every year. If anybody, and the only reason I really know this is going on is I have a friend that has a booth. There is a gun show in Ogden up at the Golden Spike Arena this weekend. So if anybody's looking for anything like that, that is open. Like I say, I have a friend that he's a small dealer. He's a small dealer, and he makes most of his money from selling at gun shows. So if anybody is into the firearm business, so I'll probably stop by and say hello. Good friend of mine. So stop by and see what's going on. See what's what the latest is. Something else to consider if you're looking at. I haven't personally been, but Hill Air Force Base Museum. I've been there many times, but they opened up a new hangar. They built a new hangar. It opened a couple months ago. A friend of mine went and said it's fantastic. A lot of great aircraft on display, some new aircraft on display. So now a total like 1, 2, 3 hangars now full of airplanes up there. So I'll have to look at that sometime myself. I'm an aviation guy, so that's very, very nice. And the nice thing about the Hill Air Force Base Museum is free. It's free to get in the building. It's free to park. So great opportunity. There aren't many events anymore that are still free in the country. So any more questions this evening? Comments? We're back to Thursday night football. I noticed Thursday night football was just on when I came down. I'm a college football guy myself, so I kind of tune into a lot of the college games, some of the NFL games too, but do like the college. So hope everybody has a great weekend. Take care and stay safe.